Korbayesi or Turkish shortbread cookies. This is what we're gonna make. There's like a lot of recipes for this item, and they're all a little bit different. I'm using corn flour and cake flour, and there is baking powder in there, and it says, it's not that it says, you know, we're supposed to sieve the dry ingredients together. But when I play with food, I got my own way. I'm using a whip to pull everything together. And it asks for superfine sugar. Well, sometimes this is difficult to find. So what you can do is you just take some regular sugar and grind it up. And it'll become super fine. Then after this is nice and fine, I'm going to blend this together with the butter. Then we're going to add the egg, and then add that to the flour mixture. Make somewhat of a dough. Cut them to size. Put them on the baking sheet or parchment paper, and bake them in the 350 oven. Without getting any color, they're going to be pale looking. And then we'll finish them with a little powdered sugar. You can also do this with the sugar in a coffee grinder, but not the bird grinder. It has to have the blade, and it'll take a little while to do this, so hunt around for superfine sugar. It'll be easier. So the next step is to take the sugar, which worked out pretty good, and cream it with the butter. The unsalted butter, making it hard for myself. I didn't allow the butter to soften long enough. So it's going to take me a long time to cream this together. So don't make a mistake like me. Make sure the butter's been out for a long time. Plus it's cold in the house. And we'll get back to this when it gets softer. Well, now that the sugar and the butter are well blended, we'll put in the egg. Now, there's a lot of recipes out there for this item. Now, this is not my own recipe. Only part of it is. This comes from this beautiful cookbook on baking, which I picked up like 35 years ago. And in there, I just found this recipe, and I go, well, I have all the ingredients in the house, let me make it. Now, all the recipes I saw online, none of them use corn flour like this one does. So I said, okay, I'll use half corn flour and half cake flour. So I compromised a little. So we're gonna get the eggs, the sugar, and also some use a little vanilla. So it's up to the individual. And once this is well mixed, keep going like that. I could pull out my my KitchenAid and let the machine do it, but I feel like doing this by hand today. Then we're going to add the flour to this, or this to the flour. No, the flour to this, and then we're going to roll it out. Cut it, form it, shape it, and bake it. Now that I have this nice and smooth, that's taken me a good 5 minutes. Forget the whip. I am going to put a drop of vanilla in there, because I like the flavor of vanilla, if it ever comes out. And now I'm going to add the flour. nice little dough here. I'm going to roll it out. Much easier to do it in the machine, but before they had machines, we used our hands, which I'm going to get my hand into there in about another few seconds. I like to feel it. You could put a pair of rubber gloves on or not. Too sticky me to put my hands in there yet. Anyway, just keep on going like this, and as you can see, it's coming together, and after it does, then you can get your hands in there. So now that that mix is mixed, it's just like a cookie dough, just about. We're going to take 2-ounce pieces, which is about that much, and we're going to form them like so. Nice. And after we place them down on your buttered cookie sheet or one of these type sheets that I use, you don't have to, but I like presentation, so we're going to score like so, and then I like an angle, and that's what you have to do. Or you don't have to score them, but they'll look prettier later. So take the entire mix, make all of those, and then we're going to bake them off. And after you measure them all like I did, came out perfectly even, just take them and roll them like a meatball, and they will smooth out very nicely. Press them down. See how simple? Now that we've done that part, in the oven. Convection, set at 350, which brings it down to 325 automatically. So a regular oven will be 350, and then we'll set a timer for 25 minutes. 20 minutes later, there we go. Now, you can put powdered sugar on it, but for me, if you saw the amount of sugar that went into this, sweet enough. And on the way, I couldn't wait to get over here, so on the way out I just broke one. Look at that. I'm glad I put a little vanilla in there. I like that flavor. And you can play with these recipes. You want to put some lemon zest, orange zest in there. You want to put cranberries in there. As long as you have the item where the right amount of sugar to flour to egg is there, you can do a lot of things. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll try not to eat more than 3 of these.